If you live in Florida and ride dirt bikes, but you've never been to Mesa Motocross Park in Fellsmere, I've got a good video for you here. I'm gonna check out the facility. I'm gonna let you know what they have, what kinds of tracks they offer, and what you should pay to come here, and how far you should drive. Stick around, let's check out Mesa Motocross Park in Fellsmere. Funny story about Mesa is that this is the track that actually got it going in my brain that I should start a YouTube channel traveling around to different motocross facilities. I brought my daughter out here like, I don't know, 7 years or so ago, and she went into the bathrooms. She goes, "Daddy, it's cool that they have a bathroom here. Most tracks don't have bathrooms. They have porta potties." The fact that they have an actual restroom here stuck with her, and she still talks about this track years later. So Mesa has two separate tracks on the property. You've got the back track, and then you've got the front track. Back in the day, they actually used to connect when they did races, so they would have an elongated track. The back track is set up more like a motocross track where you have a lot higher speeds and a lot longer jump. The front track is set up more almost supercross-esque, where it's got more peaked jumps and it's a tighter course. It's also a lot shorter. It's been a number of years since I was last here, so let's go take a sight lap of both tracks and I'll bring you along for the ride. Let's get geared up, go have some fun. Let's go check out the back track first. I do kind of wish there was a direction. That's not the right direction. This is not the right direction, man. He lied to me. It'd be good to have signage up, that's for sure. This track is very sandy. This is the kind of track where you want a really good hybrid tire, like the MX-14 type tires that have a pseudo paddle to them. An intermediate tire just isn't going to cut it. It's a cool step up to triple type thing. I don't know if that's an inside-outside lane. Wow! Look at this sand, man. So I always like to take you on my first lap for a few reasons. You get my first impression of the track, and it's a sight lap, so I can be slow. My tires are not hooking up. On these sand tracks, man, you gotta be on the gas. All right, there's a lap in the correct direction. So the back track is still very sandy. They used to call it the sand part of the track because it got really deep in the back sections. We are in South Central Florida, so yeah, it's to be expected. But the track has a really cool layout to it. I like the fact that they've got a good mix of step-ups, tabletops, doubles, sweeping turns, tight turns, big berms. I love the berms. Sand tracks are a fantastic workout. Sand tracks are where it's at, man. Yes, sir. That's a pretty solid track just for one track, and the fact that they've got two on the property is even better. I love it when tracks have, or facilities have, multiple tracks, giving you the chance to try different layouts or try different things. In this case, different types of dirt even. So the back track, I would say, is something that you can ride at varying levels of skill. You can put a fairly novice rider out there and they can roll everything, but you don't want to bring somebody out here that's never been on a dirt bike before because of that sand. It's going to probably make them fall over in virtually every turn unless they know how to actually do it. And I made that mistake once with my wife. I took her to a sand track for her first time and she hated it, and she never wanted to ride again because of that. So if you've got a brand new fresh rider, don't put them on the sand track. Let's go check out the front track and see if that's something you could put a beginner on. Some ruts already forming. That's a big jump. This is a much shorter lap because that's already a lap. Let's go talk about it. So the front track is a really short track, so be cognizant of that. It's a fast lap time. It's probably not enough of a track to be just the main reason you come here. If you've got kids, cool. If you've got a beginner, that's okay. It still is very soft, so be cautious of your tires. Make sure you have good tires on your bike, because if you don't, you're going to spin, you're going to feel like you're out of control. Between the two tracks, this is an awesome facility. The back track is what makes the facility great. The second track makes the property even better. You can probably see it in the riding footage, but I want to show you the ruts on the face of this jump. This happens on a sand track. It's not a problem. This just happens on a sand track. But you need to have the confidence to go through the jump and hold your line straight up it. That way, you get the speed to clear the jump. The jump itself isn't that far, but those ruts will scare off a lot of the newer riders. One really big advantage to a short track like that is the fact that you can run lap after lap after lap after lap, hitting the same focus points. So let's say you want to focus on one specific turn. You don't have to cut the track to do it over and over again. It's only a minute-long lap. So you just make it a full lap, hit that turn again, and you can change your lines, you can learn, you can progress. It's a good place to learn like that. There are a varying level of jumps on the track. There are some doubles, there are some tabletops, there are some that are longer, some that are shorter. They're all pretty bermed turns except for the one long left-hand sweeper. So it's a good way to learn how to handle the bike in sand. You can hear that bike behind me just did a lap in about 45 seconds. One unique thing about Mesa is that they've got these gazebos set up all over the property. They've got power hookups, they've got water hookups. It's a great spot if you've got an RV to come out and camp. Just hook up right there and use that as your hangout spot. Definitely enjoyable. There's a big parking pad up front by the back track. When you're racing here, that's one of the first spots to go. There's a big observation tower here. It's where they do the announcing from. That way they can watch the main race. There used to be a kids track here. It looks like it's currently being redone, but there was a kids track in this section right here. Got the restroom building here, men's and women's restrooms. No showers, just bathroom stalls. There's another parking pad back here, and this is where they put day parking. When you've got the campers up front, day parkers go back here, or little dudes practice running in circles. You might be wondering, where's Fellsmere? I've never heard of Fellsmere. Well, it's smack between Melbourne and Vero Beach. Right off of I-95, the track is just west of 95, so if you're coming north or south, it's really easy to get to. Dakota's becoming quite the moto dog. She's enjoying her trip so far with us out here in Florida. When I say us, I mean it's just me and her. She's been sleeping in the van. Got a bed in there. She's having fun. Ain't that right, puppy? Let's talk about track value real quick. It's $40 to ride here at Mesa. They do take cash and credit cards, but if you take a credit card, they're gonna give a 10% fee to that, so it's $44. $40 is well worth this track. I think it's a long track, it's a well-groomed track, and the fact that they've got the facilities here, it's cool, and the 2 tracks. As for distance traveled, I drove about an hour and 45 minutes to get here today from around the Daytona area. Well worth that drive. I think this track is probably a 2-hour track, potentially more if you've got friends joining you. I like the back track most of all, but I feel like this is a good training track, but it also has a great flow to it, so it's a fun training track. It's not the kind of track that you go to just to get a workout. It's a track you go to get a workout and have fun. I was just chatting with the track manager for a little bit. He brought up the fact that there are plans in the works for potentially adding 2 new tracks to the property. He's looking to add in a supercross track and also a hard pack, more vet style beginner type track. Stay tuned. Hopefully there's some good news coming in the future with that. Stay on their Facebook page, follow their website. I'll put all those links below. As always, I hope this was helpful for you. I hope this was good information. Have fun, stay safe out there, and I'll see you in the next one.